Hi friends, it's Liz here at Liz the Paper Project. Thanks so much for joining me today. I have a really fun project to show you. We're actually going to make these in the video. This is my design project for Clique Kits, and I am using the lovely Simple Stories collection, which is their winter themed with the little paper pack. I have an unboxing for everything that I'm going to show you here. If you want to see that video, I will link it below. As well, I will have all supplies linked for you in the description box below. Some of the ephemera is in the back here of my ephemera holder. And if you're interested in seeing how we made this ephemera holder, I have a video showing you this as well, which I will link below. I had so much fun making these and I haven't stopped actually. All right, so the pieces we're going to make are using one sheet of 12 by 12 paper. And this again is the Simple Stories Vintage Winter Collection. I believe that's what it's called. There are two pieces that we're making with one sheet of paper. And then of course, as always, you add your ephemera, your embellishments to decorate. So here you see the lovely colors in this collection. I'm in love with it. I just absolutely love this winter themed collection. You see here we have a kind of envelope style little pocket. It has two pockets on the inside and then an additional pocket surprise on the side. Now I forgot to put a tag there on an ephemera piece. I'm just going to show you. That goes the length of the actual piece that we made. So there's a lot of room to add pockets and ephemera. You could always add another pocket in the back if you wanted to. But if you keep it flat, it's perfect for snail mail. And with the same paper, we are making this one. So we're making these two pieces from one sheet of paper. And again, this one's like an envelope style, sort of matchbook as well. And you see when you flop it down, there's a pocket on the inside. And then there's also another additional little pocket that we added to the flap when it flips down. So much potential for this as well. If you keep adding little tuck spots and area to add more elements, you know, you wouldn't stop adding things to it. And it's just perfect. Again, if you keep it flat, it is nice and perfect to send in snail mail. Now, these were not my original ideas. I did see Corey making one of them, and she got the idea from someone else. And then the other envelope, oh my gosh, now I forgot the name. I will mention it in the description box below as well. Okay, so you take your 12 by 12 sheet of paper, you cut it into 8¼ by 12. Take your smaller piece, which is now 3 3/4, and it's 3 3/4 by 12. And we'll just make 3 score lines for this one. So you score at 1½ inches, at 7 1/4, and then at 9. And that's all the scoring you need to do for this one. Now this is the smaller envelope that we saw that flips down, and it's got an additional little pocket on the inside. And so I'm using single-sided paper for you to see a little bit better where the score lines are and, you know, what I'm doing with it. I find that if I'm using double-sided paper, it gets a little confusing seeing where the score lines are and everything else. So here I'm just adding glue to two sides on the bottom that we folded. And now keeping that together for a few moments will give us a little pocket on the inside. You can come up with your own closures, of course. For the one I did, I just added a little piece of the ephemera from the Simple Stories collection pack to hold it closed. But of course, you know, you can add anything to close it, and you can of course add more pockets like I did with the last one there. You could add one on the front as well, and even on the back. So this one I wanted to keep them as easy as possible, just using the 12 by 12 paper that you have. I love projects that are basically one-page projects, and I have a lot of those on my channel. If you haven't seen them, check them out. I will link the playlist below. Okay, so paper that you could use that's non-directional is, I find, easiest for this, but you can use anything. So your largest piece, you will score that in half. So on the 12-inch side. And then we turn on the 8¼ inch side, or I'll put everything on the screen because I'll mix myself up if I'm trying to come up with the dimensions. So you see I'm making 2 score lines on one side, and then this side has a 4 1/4 inch score line. Now we're only scoring up to that center score line that we did, so to the 6 inches. So you can see here, this is my 6-inch score line, and then one side gets scored at 2 inches, and then 5 1/8, and then you turn it and you score that at 4 1/4. Okay, that's the only score lines we need, but they're sort of the important part to make sure that your envelope has all the pockets. Now we're cutting the top and the middle all the way to the bottom. So here to this first line here, okay? I'm just flipping it over because it will be easier for me to see when I'm cutting it. Again, if you need to slow this down or go back, you can do so, of course, to see exactly where I'm making the cuts. But I'm going to show you a few different times how I'm folding it so you get an idea. So I'm folding this down, okay? So taking all this, folding it to the bottom, folding it over, and the bottom flap goes up, and this one comes down, and you see now we have our little envelope shape with pockets. I'll do it again just so I can show you how we did this in case it's getting a little confusing. So we cut to that first line, fold this all the way down. You could also do it the other way if you needed to. Fold it, you know, if your paper has different print on the other side, you could fold it a different way. Here I just wanted to cut off a little bit extra of that center line to fold a little bit better. So again, I'm folding that down. I'm flipping it over, bringing up the flap, and bringing down the top flap. Okay, and then we're going to start to glue so you can see how we put this together. So we'll start by adding glue to 2 sides here, which is what's going to attach our back pocket there. And because of the folds and the way we folded it is how you get that additional 3rd pocket on the side of the envelope. So you can see here we're folding this over, and now we're attaching this as our first pocket. And then we'll take our glue and we'll do glue on 2 sides. So I prefer wet glue for this because the double-sided tape doesn't really give you really a good chance to put pieces in and out without getting them stuck once you start putting your ephemera pieces inside. So I find that using wet glue works so much better if you're going to be adding like things inside your pockets and they won't get stuck to the sides. So here we've got our 2 pockets and our 3rd side pocket, which we basically made with the fold, which I'm going to show you as well. You can add more little, you know, tuck spots to maybe the top flap if you wanted to, the bottom, the side. It just really depends how many pockets or tuck spots you wanted to add to this. There's our side one there. And of course you can embellish with whatever you want. If you make it as flat as possible, then it's easier to send in the mail, but you could always, add like 3-dimensional products or just more dimension on the front and, see how that turns out. So my friends, quick and easy project. Check out my playlist for Clique kits. I have many ideas and many different projects that I have made in the last year or so. Check out my playlist for One Page Wonders. You'll get many more ideas on how we use one sheet of paper and make many things out of it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you next time. I'll have everything linked in the description box below. Thanks so much for stopping by.